we go again. A handful of rappers, celebrities, and instigators out here are discouraging black people from voting or trying to convince us that our vote doesn't matter because both candidates are the same. Don't believe them. Every 4 years, a few vocal people who rarely if ever use their voices to mobilize their followers to engage in specific political action suddenly crawl out of the woodwork to spread misinformation about the next presidential election. This year is no different. Rather than spend the next 2 months debunking these voices over and over again, I want to ask 2 questions. First, what's their strategy to achieve their goals? Assuming you agree with everything they want to do, how did they propose to get it passed through our divided Congress, signed by the president into law, and upheld by a Republican-dominated Supreme Court that now considers any race-specific remedy to be illegal or unconstitutional? And second, if they had some genius strategy, where were they the last 4 years when Republican lawmakers and judges blocked the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, blocked the John Lewis Voting Rights Act, ended affirmative action, halted black farmers relief, restricted a venture capital fund for black women, outlawed minority business grants, erased black congressional districts, banned black books, banned black history classes, closed DEI offices, refused to indict the officers who killed Breonna Taylor, ousted black lawmakers in Tennessee, arrested black people for voting in Florida, and banned civil rights groups in Georgia from providing food and water to people standing in long voting lines. Many of us have been playing defense without a full bench the last 3 quarters, and we could have used some help from all the new celebrity players showing up in the 4th quarter who want to change the playbook. As Malcolm X said,
"Show me in the white community where our singer is a white leader."
yes, celebrities have a valuable supporting role to play, but they don't get to show up 2 months before an election, ignore the work of black thought leaders, and demand a meeting with a presidential candidate like they're some official spokesman for black America. So instead of spending the next 8 weeks responding to every lie about Kamala Harris, I want to propose 10 constructive things we can do to help advance our political agenda well into the future. Number 1, get informed. Follow the news, take a class, become a critical thinker and more sophisticated consumer of information. I read dozens of news sources every day. You don't have to read that many, but don't rely on one source for all your news. Review multiple credible sources. Number 2, verify information you share. Learn to spot misinformation and try not to forward fake news. Fact checkers like Daniel Dale, Snopes.com, FactCheck.org, and PolitiFact try to debunk misinformation, but sometimes they make mistakes and can't keep up. That's why you need to know your sources. Media outlets like Fox News, the New York Post, Newsmax, Town Hall, the National Review, the Wall Street Journal editorial page have a distinct right-wing political bias that favors Trump and the Republicans. Also, rappers, athletes, and celebrities have every right to share their opinion, but they're not always the most reliable sources for information about government and politics. Number 3, vote. Election day is November 5th, but some states require you to register weeks before then. Go to vote.org today to find the voter registration deadline in your state. If you think you're already registered, know that Republicans are trying to challenge and purge inactive voters, so check to make sure your name has not been removed from the rolls. Number 4, attend local government meetings. Many of the decisions that affect us, including where liquor stores and pollution sites are built and which books are banned in schools, are made at local public meetings that very few people bother to attend. Go there and speak up. Number 5, volunteer. Campaigns are always looking for people to make phone calls and knock on doors. Drop by the local campaign office, sign up to host an event, put up yard signs, or become a poll watcher. This is especially important if you live in one of the 7 battleground states that will determine the election: Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Georgia, North Carolina, Arizona, and Nevada. Number 6, donate. If you're not invested in the presidential election, find a candidate you do support and contribute to their campaign. This year we have 435 House members, 34 senators, 11 governor's races, 9 lieutenant governor seats, 10 attorneys general, 7 secretaries of state, and thousands of lower-level offices up for election in November. Many of these candidates never get the attention and resources they need to win. Your money can make all the difference. Number 7, don't reinvent the wheel. Support organizations that are already doing the work. Groups like Color of Change and the NAACP are developing important policy goals and working to implement them. Number 8, lobby your elected officials. The president can make some critical and unilateral decisions for the country, but most government decisions that affect your day-to-day life are made by Congress, your state legislature, your county commissioners, your city council, your zoning board, and your school board. Visit their offices, call them up, write them letters, let them know what issues you care about. The phone number for the U.S. Capitol switchboard is 202-224-3121. Number 9, run for office. If you're not satisfied with the people in government, show them how it's done. Don't expect someone else to do it for you. We are the ones we've been waiting for. And number 10, start a PAC. If none of the other steps work for you, you can start your own political action committee to fight for the causes you believe in. You can even create a legislative scorecard to give ratings to members of Congress based on the issues you care about. There are dozens of other constructive things you can do, so don't be limited by this list. But remember this guiding principle: cynicism is not a strategy, and apathy is not a solution.